killed his family, then became your neighbor? 5 bodies, 1 house, 28 days, and nobody noticed. The record player was still spinning. The youngest victim was 13. And the man who did this was sitting in church, singing. I've covered a lot of cases. Killers, kidnappers, monsters. But John List is different. Because he didn't snap. He didn't lose control. He didn't act in anger. He planned everything for months. And when it was over, he made himself a coffee and walked out the door. This is 100% real. Let's go. New Jersey, 1971. John List had the house, the wife, the kids, the job, the front pew at church every Sunday. His neighbors called him boring. His boss called him reliable. His pastor called him devoted. But here's what nobody saw. John List grew up believing one thing. A man provides. A man controls. A man never fails. And by 1971, he had failed at everything. John List was completely broke. For years, he hid it, borrowed money he couldn't pay back, lied to his wife about his salary, smiled at his neighbors every morning. While inside, he was drowning. The bank was weeks away from taking the house. His wife was sick, getting worse every day. His daughter wanted to be an actress, which to John List meant one thing: she was losing her soul. He looked at his life and saw no exit, so he opened a notebook and started to write. John List did not decide on a Monday and act on a Tuesday. He planned for months. Step 1, cancel the mail. Step 2, call the schools. The kids will be absent for a while. Family trip. Nothing to worry about. Step 3, write the letters. 1 to his pastor, 1 to each school, explaining his reasons. Step 4, empty the bank account. November 9th, 1971. John List woke up, made breakfast, kissed his wife on the cheek, then waited. 9 a.m. The kids left for school. The door closed. The house went quiet. John List walked to the kitchen, called his wife downstairs. He shot her. Then he walked upstairs to his mother's room. She was 85 years old, sitting by the window. She didn't even hear him coming. Then he sat down and waited for the kids to come home. 3:30 p.m. Patricia walked in first, then Frederick, then John Jr. When it was over, John List carried each body to the ballroom, laid them on sleeping bags, side by side, neatly. Then he put a Christian record on the player, let it spin, sat down, wrote his letters, put on his coat, and walked away. Day 1, nothing. Day 7, nothing. Day 14, nothing. The neighbors assumed vacation. Day 21, nothing. Meanwhile, in Denver, Colorado, Robert P. Clark went to church, shook hands with his neighbors, smiled at strangers, and slept perfectly fine. Back in New Jersey, the house was silent. The record was still spinning. And 5 people were waiting for someone to notice. Day 28. Then Patricia's drama teacher noticed. Too many missed rehearsals. Called the house, no answer. Called again, no answer. Called the police. December 7th, 1971. Officers entered the house. The record was still playing. After 28 days, John List was already 1,500 miles away, under a new name, in a new city, at a new church. Robert P. Clark, accountant, churchgoer, neighbor. For 18 years, nothing. The FBI had his photo, his prints, his file, and still nothing until 1989. America's Most Wanted, Season 2, Episode 3. They did something nobody had tried before. They hired a forensic sculptor. She studied his bone structure, how the face ages, where fat accumulates after 50. And she built a model of John List, 18 years older, same jawline, deeper wrinkles, thicker glasses. They put it on TV, 301 calls in 11 days. One woman called from Virginia. Very calm, very certain. She said, "I think that's my neighbor. His name is Bob Clark. He lives right next to me." June 1st, 1989. Agents knocked. A man opened the door. He looked exactly like the sculpture. "Are you John List?" "No, my name is Bob Clark." One agent leaned in, looked behind his right ear. A scar, documented in List's medical file. Since 1971. Perfect match. 18 years, 6 months, 22 days. Over. At trial, he told the jury he killed his family to save their souls. The jury took 5 hours. Guilty. 5 counts. 5 life sentences. John List died in prison in 2008. Age 82. He never apologized. Not once. Helen List, 46 years old. Alma List, 85 years old. Patricia List, 16 years old. Frederick List, 15 years old. John List Jr., 13 years old. They didn't get a choice. They didn't get a warning. They didn't even get a goodbye. The most dangerous people in the world don't look dangerous. They look normal. If this case shook you, good. It should. The next case drops soon. And I promise you, it's worse than this one. Subscribe. It's free. And I'll see you in the next case.